Hello everybody, this is Ariane Arsenault. Welcome back to my soap making studio. Today I am stepping out of my comfort zone and I'm making a soap using the Kaleidoscope soap shapers, the pull-throughs from Love Your Suds. You can see that I have my molds here. My soaps have already been made and they're in here, but I'm gonna discuss about the process and I'm gonna show you some snippets that I filmed while making them. So basically, when I visited Vancouver for the Handcrafted Bath and Body Guild annual conference, I got to meet Belinda Williams, the owner of Love Your Suds, and she's a graphic designer and a soap maker. And when you combine these two things together, it usually creates pretty good results. And she created these tools that will shape your soap and create amazing designs. So while I was there, I bought these two molds. I also bought these little ones that are made of PVC pipes, and they also come with shapers that are custom sized for these pipes. And so what you do, and you've probably seen this online, many people have been using this technique. The first people I've seen using this type of technique were using a pickle drainer thing. And then, so she has many different designs. Here's another one that I got. I haven't tested it yet though. So basically what you do is you make a soap that allows you to work for a long time. So you need a slow trace soap base. And then once that soap has reached trace, you will split it, color it, and then pour the soap in little layers. Try and center each pour so that you have kind of a circle on top of another circle and then so on. So you kind of like fill the mold all the way up. And once the soap is filled with all of these layers of colors, the shaper is in the mold while you do this. So it's sitting in the bottom like so. And then, well, you're gonna see on the screen anyways as I'm talking. So once it's done, then you gently pull the soap shaper up like that. And then you insulate your soap just like any other soap. I actually waited 48 hours to unmold and cut these. And I also wrapped them into a heating blanket because I really wanted them to gel and to have a uniform color, because these are thinner molds than a wooden soap box like that really keeps the heat in well. So after 48 hours, I removed them from the mold and I used the caterpillar to cut them into little blocks like these. So I made some soaps to use as embeds. And today I'm gonna fill this mold with the embeds in it. This one is still wrapped in plastic film because I didn't want them to dry out. So I made them myself a template of the bottom of the mold to decide where I was gonna position them. The mold that I am using today is the Busy Bee. It is by Winston and Walter. It is a soap mold that is from a Canadian company. So I am gonna be using this little ruler just to make sure that my soap is sitting right where it should be. I think this is good. So when I cut my soap, I'm gonna start by splitting it this way. And then I'm gonna split it this way. And then I'm gonna cut some slices like that. But I'll show you that in the second part of the video. Today we're just making the soap. We're gonna pour it in here. Everything's placed perfectly. Now, I am gonna be coloring my soap white using this Winter White Mica by Nurture Soap. And by the way, all of the colors in this batch were also made with Nurture Soap micas. I have some Synergy, some Vibrance Yellow, some Winter White, and what was the name of this? This is another green from Nurture Soap, but all of these have been made with Nurture Soap. So I'm gonna be taking the mica and putting it right away into my oils and then dispersing it before I add my lye water. And when I do a single colored soap, I really like to disperse my micas in my oils before, because this avoids any lumps and clumps. Now the fragrance oil I'm gonna be using today is called Cactus Flower. It is by Brambleberry. I've also scented my embeds with the same fragrance oil. It is very well behaving. It did not accelerate on me at all. And it says here that it will not discolor in cold process. So that's a huge plus. And this is why I chose it. When you make a soap with micas that are already blended in your oils, the way that you can see that trace or emulsion has been reached is just to look at the shininess or the glossiness of that soap. Before I added my lye water, this was somewhat pearlescent. Now it's more kind of a matte color. It changes in texture. I'm gonna gently start pouring. Trying not to move the embeds. They shouldn't move though. They're pretty heavy, so. Okay, the mold has been filled. I do have some soap poking out of the mold, and that's okay. Of course, when I made these, these are 10 inches. So I just cut the soap in half, knowing that I couldn't make 3 pieces of embeds. My mold is 4 inches deep. So I'll just have these, I'll slice these off once I'm done, and I will have these nice little Kaleidoscope soaps for use at home. So that's it for now. I will cover this up, insulate it nicely because I want it to gel just like the rest of the embeds did. And then I will be back tomorrow to unmold and cut with you guys. I'm really excited about this project because it's something that I've never done before, and it really takes me out of my routine and out of my comfort zone, and it's exciting. Okay. Wow. Okay, now, so I'm just gonna put the plan on top here. Get my ruler and then set my caterpillar so that I can cut this the right way. Okay, so this is 2.5. Yes. Okay. So the soap will be on its side, just like so. And I do have a liner that is on the bottom, and it helps the soap glide on the caterpillar. So let's just push it through. Yes, it's working. I can feel it when it goes through the embeds. There's a little bit more resistance. Okay. Woo! Wow, that's a nice cut. Interesting, eh? Okay. Set it aside and then cut some more. By the way, this little mold, which is called the Busy Bee, is a really nice size if you are not working with slab molds because you find them intimidating and you don't want to use the big ones like I do. This one is really nice. It's like a mid-size. It'll make 40 bars of soap. So you could like actually have multiple of these and pour smaller slabs. Or like me, I keep it for special projects like this one. All right. Oh, wow. So cool. Wow. This process is so interesting. It's a surprise at each cut. Some of them have more psychedelic looks and some of them look like perfect flowers. So I'm really, really stoked. This is really nice. All right, now that I've done all of my little soap slabs, or I don't know, loaves, soap loaves, I'm gonna go ahead and cut them again to create the final soap bars. I guess I could keep this here. 3.5 is here. Slide down. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Wow, look at how gorgeous. Some of them are very, very impressive. It's so cool. Two sides and two different design, which also mean that when you actually do wash with this bar of soap, the design will be changing throughout, you know, the soap melting away. So this is very neat. I got 36 bars of soap out of this technique using the Busy Bee soap mold from Winston and Walter. I did get lots of trim offs, which can, you know, be reused as guest soap bars or given out as sample size, or even maybe gifted to the people who buy these as an extra one. You know, sometimes people kind of like put the brakes on using such a pretty soap. So maybe if I give them an extra slice, they'll use this one first and then maybe keep this one a little longer just to decorate their bathroom or kitchen sink. So yes, I'm really, really happy. I'm gonna bevel the edges of these soaps because they're so beautiful. I just wanna give them a more finished look. I don't wanna leave them rough like that. So I'm really, really thrilled about the whole process. The results are stunning. I'm really happy. I did try a Kaleidoscope maybe 2 years ago. I did not try this technique though to embed them into a slab of soap. So I'm really happy about my first trial. There will surely be more. Hopefully I get better with time, but I think that for a first timer, I think I did a good job. What do you think? Do you think I did a good job? Of course, not all of them are as defined as some of the other soap that look better, but even though it's still impressive what I was able to achieve in a first time. The only downside of this technique is that there's lots of soap waste, lots of, you know, leftover pieces, all of these little trim offs, which I can reuse and repurpose, but that is a lot of soap. Like if I weigh this, I could probably have gotten like maybe 10 extra soaps out of a regular bar. But I think the waste is worth the result. It's really nice. How many times am I gonna say that? I'm really stoked. So, all right, let's trim these soaps and give them a more finished look, and then they can go to the drying area, cure for a whole month, because these have a pretty high water content and I really want them to be nice and firm before I release them. They will be a limited edition, so if you do want one, stay tuned. I will announce on my social media, Facebook and Instagram, once they are ready and available for purchase. But this won't be just yet because yeah, they need to cure. So let's trim them. I'm gonna use my Lilu soap tool beveler to do so. Okay, so let's do the bigger ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, nice. I really like the finished look once they are beveled. You can see this one is much more rough. This one is much nicer. Also, once the soap is fully cured and hardened, it has a smoother hold when you hold a beveled soap in your hand rather than this one. Of course, like if you are at home and you buy one of my soaps that isn't beveled, you can just take a potato peeler and just like peel the sides off, or you could just wash a couple times with it and they will naturally round with time. But for these types of specialty soap, I think it just gives them much of a better look. Well, that's it. All I have to do now is to set my soaps on a drying tray and allow them to cure for a month. So I'll just take them to the drying area and forget about them. This was such a wonderful experience. I am so grateful. And I want to give a special thank you to Belinda Williams, the owner and designer behind Love Your Suds. She is the one that allowed me to make these beautiful soaps. Both by allowing me to access her tools and equipment, but also by teaching me and showing me and being there when I had questions. So thank you so much. These soaps are gorgeous. I will surely try my hand at making them again. And if you are a soap maker and would like to try this technique too, I will leave the link to the Love Your Suds website in the description box. And I will also add a link right here so that you can view Belinda's YouTube channel and you can see how she makes these soaps amazingly. She also has Instagram, TikTok, so I will leave all of her social links down below. Make sure to check that out. Thank you so much. You have a great day. Take care, and I will see you guys very soon.